Okay.
Okay.
Let's get
It's online. Right, we start. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I am Ronak Afroz, lecturer of East Delta University, School of Business Administration. So I hope you're all well and safe at home. During this crisis time, we in East Delta University have been very resilient in our activities and have successfully conducted online classes for an ample amount of time. This webinar series is a special initiative taken by the East Delta University management during this current pandemic. So welcome to today's webinar. And the topic for today's webinar, it's just not important, but it's highly relatable to everyone. So the topic is the good, bad, ugly of COVID-19 and its impact on higher education across the globe. Before we begin with our webinar, I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards the management of East Delta University, the Vice Chancellor, the Director of Planning, and especially to our Vice Chairman and co-founder, Mr. Saidul Noman, who has supported us in every possible way. And he strongly believes in this philosophy and tries to instill this philosophy in all of us, that is, learning never stops at EDU. So let's talk about the amazing personality we have today as our speaker. He is Dr. Hisham bin Dzakiria, presently serving as an associate professor at School of Education and Modern Languages at University Utara, Malaysia. He's also serving as a marketing and promotion manager in the same university in their international office. And he's also the dean of Awang Salleh Graduate School, College of Arts and Sciences in University Utara, Malaysia. He's a very passionate person about student learning and development. He has 23 years of experience in academia and higher institutions. His long-term career objective is to continuously contribute ideas, energy, and professionalism for a progressive change and strengthening the academic fraternity in Malaysia higher education institutions and as a whole nation building. He is driven to express his abilities and professionalism in areas related to higher education, English language, competency, open distance education, youth education and development, and so on. Speaking of his amazing educational qualifications, he completed his PhD in professional development from University East Anglia from United Kingdom. He also obtained his master's degree in linguistics with a minor in communication from Michigan State University, USA, and also a bachelor's degree in education from Brook University, Ontario, Canada. He works with a specific teaching philosophy, and which says to support learning in an engaging and fun way. So students must be empowered to take ownership and accountability of their learning. When students actually take this step, they make striking progress and academic achievement. Hence, he always encourages students to tackle a problem more creatively, which helps them to think outside of the conventional boundaries. And obviously, this will seek deeper meaning of the concept. Dr. Hisham has invested good time and effort in the field of research, and he continues to contribute. He has over 100 publications, including books, research papers, conference proceedings, and all in very reputed journals. Dr. Hisham has several awards and achievements in the field of education. If I name a few, he has been awarded with the Excellence Award in the Certified NLP Coach courses by the Ministry of Education Malaysia. He received the CEDI Award 2010. He also successfully won the award of the 6th and the 4th Commonwealth Conference Award in the years 2010 and 2006 respectively. So I can really go on and on talking about this amazing personality we have today as our speaker. But let me stop here and actually invite him to kindly come and take the floor. Thank you. So, Dr. Hisham, kindly start your presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Right. Can you all hear me? Yeah. Okay. First and
Yes.
foremost, I think it is not too late to wish all my brothers and sisters in EDU Eid Mubarak. Um, may all of you have very good festival. I also like to say thank you to EDU as well as the founder of EDU, Mr. Said, and all my colleagues at EDU for having this evening. It is a great privilege and a great honor to be able to see all my brothers and sisters. This evening is the good, the bad, the ugly of COVID-19 and its impact on higher education across the globe in a fire. So there is right and for good minutes or so. Then have a with all of you on this particular topic. So if I ask the Madam Chairperson to actually upload my PowerPoint so that we can commence the presentation. Okay, the PowerPoint uploaded. Right, I don't see it on the screen, but I do hope that all the participants are able to see the PowerPoint. First and foremost, I think with COVID-19, it is a shock to the world. Yeah, up until May 25th, it has almost 1.10 million across the globe. Teachers, parents, lecturers, educationists, educators, we are all shocked with what had happened and the closure of institutions from primary schools to secondary schools to institutions have actually impacted negative to many that was involved. However, if you look at my topic, I actually titled it as the good, the bad, and the ugly. COVID-19, in a nutshell, is not too bad. The ugly is actually being represented all the death that many nations have faced. The bad thing is it has actually interrupted the life of learners and teachers to do what they do best. The COVID-19, it is actually offering opportunities. Yeah. So COVID-19 have actually impacted worldwide. It has impacted the world. It is transformational. It is going to transform many things. It is going to transform our lives. It's going to transform learning and teaching. It's going to transform how we actually deliver our courses and programs to the country, but also across countries. It's impacting stakeholders. We have many all these things are
Sorry, everyone. Please bear with us for a few minutes. Mr. Hisham is experiencing bad internet, so he'll just be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening. Well, probably you were talking about good, bad, and ugly of COVID-19. Yeah, he's back. Well, is Dr. Hisham available now, or still he's in trouble with his internet connection or mic or something like that? Is he available now? Prof,
Sir,
are
I
you there?
don't, sir, I don't think he's here yet.
Okay, so you see,
He's having some trouble with his internet.
probably you were talking about the bad and ugly things of COVID-19, and probably this is
Yes.
one of those. Okay, as an audience, yeah, probably yes. Okay, so can you do one thing? Can you share our perspective on this particular issue? Rather, let me change the seat. Now you are the guest, and I'm going to ask you some questions. So, what is your opinion about the good thing in this COVID-19? What good did you find about COVID-19? If you consider Bangladesh perspective.
So, in terms of Bangladesh, I feel the biggest advantage that's been for us is digital literacy. This was there. Um, this was there, and a lot of people tried to initiate it, but it didn't really work because people still didn't couldn't get themselves to work digitally. But the best thing that did this COVID-19 did is to push us into taking, especially for the higher education, it pushed us to taking online classes, using many different platforms, building our competency in using different softwares. How with that we can improve the quality of education. So I feel like in this digital literacy, it worked wonders for Bangladesh and for, I'm sure, for all the countries, not just Bangladesh.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I myself actually I'm learning new thing every day. As you were talking about online platform and others, yes, especially the tertiary level education has got something special on this special occasion. Though most of the things about COVID-19 is ugly, but yeah, this is a good thing for us that we are learning the technology, and probably this is the opportunity to enter into the world of education. Oh, hello, Prof. So we are waiting for you.
Okay. I have seen it over the last 15 minutes without realizing not hear me. Can you hear me well?
Sir, I think your internet is still very slow because your voice is getting stuck, and so is your
Right.
video. Yes.
If I can ask the host to actually put up the PowerPoint
Sure.
of my presentation.
Sure. I'll do that.
Is my PowerPoint on the screen?
I'm just doing that.
Okay, Prof. Wait for a while. She's doing that on behalf of you.
So
Prof, you can do one
what
thing.
I'm
You
trying
can
to say,
switch off your video so that the things look good. I mean,
the need
if your video is off,
for
I
us
think
to
it will be better to hear you.
Okay, let me switch on my wait. Okay, I'm video now so that you hear me. Okay.
Yeah, probably still there is a problem of internet from Prof's end. Yeah, something. So far, I had an experience of poor internet connection, and I thought probably the internet connection of Bangladesh is poorest in the world. But now I'm getting something different. The feeling is a bit different. So now feeling proud of Bangladesh for having a better internet connectivity. Not bad actually. We're doing well in Bangladesh. So thanks to the internet provider, and yeah, we should be thankful to them because we are using their platform to facilitate this great way of teaching. I mean, the online teaching. And as we were talking about, probably the best thing of COVID-19 is that we got a new platform, and this platform will probably take us a step ahead in the world of education. And probably this day is not that far. We are going to compete in the world industry of education because some universities, so far I know, uh, are embracing this technology wisely, and they are building their infrastructure. I mean, technological infrastructure uh, to excel. Yeah, he's back now, Prof. Yeah,
Hi. Can you hear me well now? Can
Yep.
you hear
yeah, it's
me?
better now. Yeah, yeah, good.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if you can put up my PowerPoint again, I'll run through the
Sure.
presentation so that we can have some interaction. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. If you can put up my PowerPoint again. So
Yeah, yeah.
basically, I think there is reason why I named my presentation "The Good, the Bad, the Ugly of COVID-19," because I always believe that COVID-19 not only offers us the ugly part, which is the death that is actually impacting the world. Millions of people have have died because of this disease, and the bad thing about COVID-19 is it has actually displaced so many people. It is actually impacting negatively because loved ones are being lost, people are losing their jobs, schools, institutions, and learners have to actually stay home and not going to school. So it's actually impacting many stakeholders in education in a very negative way. However, I want people to maintain and to retain a strong mind, because in all eventualities of all the negative things that is happening, there's always good in COVID-19. Yeah, because COVID-19 is going to offer transformational changes that will take place in Malaysia and in Bangladesh, right? Though it's impacting all stakeholders, but believe me, if we are very strong, we have a strong mind, we are fast enough to change, and we can do a lot of changes to our deliverables, how we deliver courses. We can transform all the content into online and perhaps have a good blend between online and face to face. We are going to become greater, right? So I'll be talking about some great opportunities with COVID-19. So yes, it is unprecedented. It is testing times for many, but COVID-19 offers a lot of opportunities. I want all of you, my brothers and sisters, participants, to know and to believe that if we are strong enough, if we work hard enough as a team, EDU, my institution, UUM, and all institutions across the globe can become greater and grander in years to come. So let us just go through the reality check. If we can go to the next page, yeah? Go on to the reality check. Okay. COVID-19 is first and foremost a health and economic crisis. We all know that. Many countries have decided to close schools, colleges, and universities. I mentioned that just now. Now, the severe short-term disruption is felt by all stakeholders in higher education. So, be it teachers, students, families, communities around the world, we are all facing that. Yeah. But again, if we are able to turn around the negativities, all the negative with COVID-19 into the positive aspect of it, I think we can actually see a lot of positive changes tomorrow and many, many years to come. So in Malaysia as well as in EDU in Bangladesh, I think teaching and learning has been moved into online, right? On an untested and unprecedented scale. And that actually offers or brings with it a lot of issues because there are teachers who doesn't have digital literacy. There are students who are not equipped with the skill to learn online. So we, or at UUM, the university have actually been focusing and offering a lot of courses, online courses to upgrade, to improve, to build the literacy of digital learning among our teachers. And these are the things that we are doing here. So far, Alhamdulillah. And one good thing is, my brothers and sisters, that ladies and gentlemen, is all the courses that have been transformed online at UUM and in many universities in Malaysia, we are not going to revert back to face to face. We are going to maintain. So you will see, and this is also unprecedented, of public open universities. Not only that we are offering courses face to face, but we are now also going to be offering a lot of courses online. And by doing that, we realize that we can tap students in a very fast way across the globe. And that is one of the good thing about COVID-19. It's offering us something that we have not done or something that we are slow to move before. But today we are moving at a very fast rate into all that. So again, let's go to the next page. So if you look at issues at hand, basically, yeah. Can we go to the next page, please? Yeah. What platform are best to replace face to face? There are many, basically. All we have to do is to test, to try, to experience all that different platform and decide which ones are good for EDU or for UUM or for your teachers, right? It's all about experimenting, yeah? And then second one, how do we actually maintain interactivity and connectedness? These are crucial issues that we have to attend to. How do you actually maintain interactivity and connectedness? How do students feel connected with their learning, with their teachers, and with their fellow friends, right? So these are questions that I want everybody to actually ponder and reflect. The next one is, of course, how do we teach? How do students learn best post-COVID in tomorrow or in next week or in years to come? How do we ensure that we are teaching and our teaching is high quality? How do we ensure that learners are learning at home and they are learning in a way that they are able to learn well enough? How do we ensure that the content are delivered to them as if they are learning in our classes within the four walls? Next one is on assessment. How do we actually ensure that our assessment is good? of high quality? How do we ensure that what we are testing them at home is similar or at par with how we test them in classes, right? But one of the most important thing that I wanted to share here today is that technology is just an enabler to learning. It is never a silver bullet. Technology doesn't solve all the issues that we have. It's how we use technology. It's how we actually work around technology in order to give us the best result of our instruction, learning, and assessment. Okay, can we move on to the next page? So in almost everything, right? Can we move to the next page? Yeah, thank you. In almost everything, there is always good, bad, and ugly. I have mentioned this just now. In almost everything, there is always sunshine after rain. Yes, we are now facing COVID-19, and everybody is shocked. Everybody, are feeling. Some are feeling uneasy with the changes that have been made, or some are feeling uncertain with the future that is coming. But there's always sunshine after rain. After rain, and in higher education, I always believe that COVID-19 would only make EDU become better, bigger. It will make EDU much more visible if you do it rightly. It will make EDU much more transformational because we have to transform and make change to how we offer courses. And if your job is to democratize education, I think we all have to work together so that we can continue democratizing education to all learners wherever they are. And COVID-19 is allowing us to actually offer courses where students are. They could be in a very remote place and we can touch them, we can feel them, we can help them to learn. And that is what COVID-19 is offering. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next page very quickly. I want all of you to reflect, what do we do as practitioners? Okay, or how can we do so that we will become better? Okay, so the second point here that I wanted to point out is that um, while COVID-19 is offering so many emotional um, effect on us. Some of you might be inspired, some of you might be feeling angry, some of you might find some fun moments and some frustrations here and there. But the most important thing is we have to think about what's coming in days to come, in months to come, in years to come. In Malaysia, I think most public universities, we are going to retain the online learning because we feel that online learning is going to be a substantial portion of our higher education in years to come. Okay, can we go to the next one? Next page. 3 important pillars to be greater post-COVID-19 and beyond. These are the 3 most important things. Can we go to the page before that page? Yeah, thank you. So it is speed, flexibility, and visibility. Speed, my dear brothers and sisters, are the essence of success. It is the essence of greater changes. How fast EDU move, how fast UUM move to cope with COVID-19 and post-COVID-19 will determine our future as institution, right? We have over 3 million students of higher education out there. It's a very big piece of cake. But if we don't move fast enough, we don't change fast enough, we are going to be losing out to other institutions. We have to be creative. That's why I say let's create. What do we create? We create new possibilities. We create changes to our courses, the structure of our deliveries of courses. So these are the things that needs a lot of thinking and reflection. I ask all of you to actually reinvent yourself. You have to reinvent yourself. You have to re-engineer of your programs, of the things that we do best, teaching. We have to relook and re-examine all that. Okay? And COVID-19 necessitate us to do all that. So the next one is flexibility. Please excuse me for my typo mistake there. But the second one is flexibility. Are you flexible enough? I'm not asking you to become flexible like water, but we need to be flexible as institutions. We have to be flexible because students can be very similar or very different between one another. They can be homogeneous, they can be heterogeneous. So we as institutions must be able to actually support all kinds of learning and learners. So post COVID-19, we really have to look at the profile of our learners. Who are they? What problems do they have? Do they have the technology best at home to actually help them to cope? If they don't have the right technology, then what is our solution? We must have a good combination of perhaps face to face and also online learning. And of course, the third one is visibility. We do have to be visible. EDU have to be visible. UEM have to be visible. If you're not visible enough, then the world doesn't know your existence. So I ask all my friends at EDU, right? So when we talk about visibility, what are we doing to make our institution visible? Because if we're not visible enough, then people do not know our existence. If they don't see our offering, if they don't see UUM's offering of programs, if they don't see your offering of programs across the globe, they do not know your visibility. So the big question is, how do we actually ensure that we are visible enough to the world? How do we ensure that we are seen, that students in China knows programs on, the leadership programs in EDU? How do you do that? How do you ascertain all that? So all this again require a lot of reflection. Okay, can we go to the next one? Let me talk a little bit about the possible solution. Yeah, can we go to the next one? What can be done to mitigate these negative impacts? Yeah, so three pointers here that I wanted to say. Number one is the global lockdown of education institution is going to cause major interruptions in students' learning, disruptions in assessments, and the cancellations of public assessment for qualification of their replacement by an inferior alternative. So basically, um, we again have to be very flexible in terms of how do we do assessment, how do we ensure that students who now would be very difficult to find a place for internship do internship and get some experience of internship. So all this again requires a lot of thinking and a lot of collaboration. But one good thing is we can actually share information across institutions. We can actually have a roundtable discussions and meeting with universities across the globe, right? Um, the the use of Zoom, WebEx, and all these fine platform have allowed us to actually build network. And EDU and UUM, we must always continue to have a lot of discussions, online discussions with other universities so that we can improve our networking, our working together, our collaboration with other universities. Because we are not in these issues alone. All institutions across the globe are having the same difficulties. So working hand in hand with other institutions, benchmarking what other people are doing, I think would help us to actually improve our approach and also our strategy to change in the near future. Yeah. So if you look at second one, school, colleges, and universities need resources to rebuild the loss in learning. So again, these are all central issues. Yeah, central issues. How do we ensure and improve resources in the future so that our students, all the stakeholders, can continue doing what they do best? Okay, so educators must reinvent. I'm using the word reinvent again and again because that is precisely that we have to do. We have to reinvent our teaching, our learning. We must continuously explore new opportunities and parameters, create, innovate, and change. Learning is continuous, and teaching and learning can be greater in the future if we all work together. Right? So, basics to moving forward in higher education. If you can go to the next page, please. Next PowerPoint. A very simple diagram here to show that we must be prepared in any circumstances that might happen tomorrow or years to come. So COVID-19 have certainly is an eye opener because we have to be prepared for all eventualities. We have to learn to cope and we have to be fast and speedy enough to recover. Okay, can we go next page, please? Moving forward, I think EDU and UUM and other institutions out there, wherever you are, be it in Bangladesh, in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Thailand, anywhere you are in this world. Number one, I think the most important thing is we have to enhance digital literacy of our teachers, our students, all the stakeholders. Because if we don't have the digital literacy, if they are not literate enough in the digital and technology that we must use, then that would hold us back. The second one is we must continuously create learning opportunities across our universities. Okay, we must actually improve the culture to learn for more. We must ask our instructors and teachers and lecturers to invent more courses that are apt, that are good, that are appealing to our learners. We must democratize education. Third one is we must build and sustain fun learning and teaching. Learning and teaching must be fun. If you're not putting in fun into that parameters of learning and teaching, then you will have problem, right? How do you sustain learning at home if your learning and teaching is not fun and interactive? Think about it, right? Next one is, of course, build and strengthen learning communities across geographical boundaries. EDU can improve, can increase the number of students rapidly if we know how to do it, because the world is yours to explore. So COVID-19 offers us that opportunity. Next one is, I've talked about this just now, enhancing interactivity and connectiveness, right? And then exploring various learning and teaching platform. And the most important one is to collaborate and working with everyone. Okay, can we go to the next one? I think this is the second last PowerPoint. Can we move to the next one? Okay, thank you. Importance of digital literacy. I wanted to spend a little bit here because this is key to us moving forward in the years to come. Technology is never a silver bullet. I mentioned that. Technology is a learning enabler. Technology is liquid in continuously is evolving. COVID-19 forces rapid change, moving towards online teaching and learning. We all realize that. We have to move fast. We have to become literate in technology. Yeah? And COVID-19 offers loads of opportunities and issues. And one in particular is the need to enhance, again, digital literacy. So if we have that, then I think that can also help us to move forward, to plan, to execute more courses, more programs, and to transform what we have today. Okay, can we go to the next page, please? If you go to the next page, COVID-19 reshaping EFL. Now, I am an English educator. So EFL stands for English for Foreign Language. So whether it is for English language teaching or it's for leadership training and teaching or it's for management, basically COVID-19, education has been nudged and pushed to change. We have to change. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, and we're not going to revert back to the normalcy of pre-COVID period. We are going to be working in the new normal, or what I also call the new abnormal. Are you ready for that? Are we ready for that? So these are the things that we have to think about. We have to move fast, right? Remember just now I said the three pillars that is most important thing just now is we must have clear purpose of what we do. We must be continuously be passionate in what we do. We must be passionate enough to change. And again, we must raise our standard. So today is good, tomorrow is going to be better, and next week is going to become greater. So if we have all that in our spirit and the things that we do, I think EDU and EUM and other institutions can just grow bigger, and we can have many more offerings. Yeah. Okay. Second one is here is public-private education partnerships could grow in importance across the globe. Again, I already mentioned this just now. We can grow bigger as institutions because the world is yours to discover, right? However, the digital divide could widen. So these are the what you call the primary issues that we have, because yes, we want to move forward, but if we don't have the the what you call the if the country or the institution doesn't support for technology, if we don't have strong technology to support learning and teaching, right? If the infrastructure for technology is not there, then it will only increase the digital divide that we're going to be having in our institution and across our nation. Okay, can we go to the next one? So as a conclusion, okay, can we go to the next one? As a conclusion, my dear brothers and sisters in EDU and in Bangladesh, basically, I ask if we can all become continuously be passionate in what we do. So if you are lecturers, be passionate in what you do as lecturers, right? Be excited about change. Um, Create, innovate, reinvent. Have a strong purpose to improve. Your purpose must be strong enough to improve your classes, your courses, and to improve the livelihood of your students. Enjoy teaching and learning, right? I think that is key as well. Raising standards, improve, revise, create, innovate, and change. Enjoy, and finally have fun. Okay, so in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say in my presentation today is the very fact that we all have to move forward to continuously to create, innovate, and inspire. Thank you so much. I'll pass it back to the Madam Chairperson.
So thank you so much, Dr. Hisham, for such a wonderful presentation. And
Thank you.
it was really insightful and informative. So I personally learned a lot. I'm sure our audience and viewers have also been benefited from this presentation. So
Thank you.
right. So I do have a question from you for you,
Okay.
which is that now we have gone digital, right, with our teaching, with our
Right.
learning, the universities, the higher education. So after this pandemic is over and we are good, we are going to resume physical classes. What do you think it should be? Should we go completely physical classes, or should we continue with digital platform, or we should have a blended of physical and online classes? What do you think should be, in
Okay.
your opinion?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I strongly believe that in countries like Malaysia and perhaps Bangladesh as well, the way forward is to have a good blending learning to take place. Because, for example, in Malaysia, I don't think learners are ready enough to go 100% online, because this is partly because of the culture of learning, because Malaysian learners, they still want to have the person that they call teacher in front of them, right? Because they want to model the teacher. But of course, time have changed. But we will certainly not be having face-to-face 100%. I strongly believe that we have to have a good blend between face-to-face and online learning. Maybe a ratio of 60-40. Yeah, 60% online, 40% face-to-face. I think moving forward, I can speak about Malaysia. I strongly believe that blended learning is going to be central to the changes that is going to take place. I don't think that we are ready to go 100% online just yet. So if you look at places like in America or in Australia, it's because of the geographical space that they have. If you look in Australia, for example, the distance between one house to one house can be 100 kilometers. If you go into Australia, so therefore, distance education has been central to them, and they have been doing distance education, online learning for many, many years before COVID-19. But for countries like Malaysia and Bangladesh, it is something new. It is an opportunity. So we really do have to change and change fast enough, but don't do it too drastically, because we are still experimenting a lot of different platform. There are many issues that we have to attend still. So basically, let's go slow. But I do think that online learning is here to stay. We will not revert back to 100% face-to-face. I think it's going to be a great change. I think it's going to allow EDU to actually be transformational and to have greater collaboration between universities across the globe. I think you will have also you will also find that you may also have students from countries that you never had before if you do your marketing rightly. I think it's an opportunity to try and to try new things. Okay.
Right. Thank you so much. And I completely agree with you because I think blended should be the way ahead. So there is another question from Dr.
Okay.
Rakibul Kabir. So the question is, what is the innovation in Malaysia, especially at IIUM, in the education industry during this pandemic that we might adopt in Bangladesh for a better online education platform?
What is the innovation in Malaysia? Basically, I think I cannot speak about IIUM, but I can certainly speak for UUM, for example. Yeah, in UUM, we are actually trying to experiment and trying out different platforms. Okay, but I could remember when COVID-19 first came into existence into our life. We are very quick to actually trying to get the data across our students as to what they have and what they have not in terms of technology and learning support. That I think was very central to the changes that we made. So we only realized that not all students have laptops, not all students have technology to help them learn. So we really have to actually come up with a solution that could actually support all learners. We must remember that learners are very much homogeneous and heterogeneous. They are never the same. But so we have the responsibility to actually tackle all that. All learners must be mad. All learners must learn. And it is our responsibility to actually ensuring that we do the best we can to actually help all learners so that none of them are being left out. So in terms of innovation, I think we don't. I mean, we try to blend and move fast. I think moving fast and blending and experimenting and mixing different platforms, that could be the temporary innovation and temporary reinventing of things that we do. Okay, but certainly we don't produce a new platform, entirely new platform that we call ours just yet. But certainly, I think innovation, creating new possibilities are the way forward to move.
Yes, I think that's a very good answer, and I completely agree with it, at least from Bangladesh perspective. All right, so I think we are now towards the end of the session. Thank you once again, Dr. Hisham, for such a wonderful session. I learned a lot from it, and we really hope that we can invite you in our future webinars. And this is the first, but obviously not the last one. Now, my message to our audience: thank you so much.
Okay.
You've been following our and attending our webinar series for a long time. Thank you for your wonderful questions. These questions actually help us to learn more, to get a deeper understanding of the topic. I would like to express my gratitude towards the IT and the admin team of East Delta University, who are working very hard backstage and trying to ensure that our webinar sessions are going well. And sorry for today's technical glitches. It's actually the part of the new normal, right? So I would tell everyone to
Well, basically, yeah.
yes.
Well,
So
the glitches just now is just to show that technology is never a silver bullet. Okay,
exactly.
it doesn't solve everything. Yeah. So if we know how to maneuver around those glitches, we are fine. We just have to create, innovate, and inspire.
Right. Okay. So thank you so much. I think stay well, stay happy, safe, and most
Stay
importantly,
safe.
intellectually engaged. Stay intellectually engaged. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much. Have a good night. So I wish all of you a very good evening. To Mr. Said again, thank you for having me. I do hope we are able to have more interactions in the near future. It is a great pleasure and great honor for me to be here tonight with all of you. Again, I wish you a very good evening. I miss all of you. I miss Bangladesh. I miss the mangoes in Bangladesh. I miss the what you call the very friendly friends in Bangladesh. So I wish you all the best. But I also like to invite that we should collaborate in the near future. Let it be in research or whatever. But let's do more collaboration in academics
Yes.
so that we both can become greater and grander. So thank you again. Good night and
Thank you.
salam to all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Salam.